Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing great. How many stops a year do you do with this show?
Oh, I think probably about 100. You caught me off guard there. I haven't actually counted them yet, but it feels like 1 million. We're traveling so much. I've been living out of a vehicle for a while, but I love it. I love every single minute.
The road life, it's an adventure to be sure, but it can also be a little on the grueling side, right?
Well, I brought my dog, so I have my little mascot with me, so he really helps take a load off with me, so that's good.
Go back to the beginning. When did all of this start, and how did it all come together?
Well, I moved out to LA back in 2020. Perfect timing, I'm sure, with the pandemic and everything. But I moved out there and I got married with my husband, and had been in the tribute scene out there for a while. I'd already been performing pretty much forever, but he had some connections with that, and once the Eras tour came out, it was pretty clear to see that that was going to be something that was. I mean, first of all, it was the best. Well, I'm a little opinionated on this, but I think it's the best show that's ever, been on earth ever. And it was clear to see that people were going to continue to want to watch that. And so things just kind of fell into place. My mom told me that I look like Taylor Swift. So I was like, I would really like to sing her songs all the time. So then it just kind of fell together, and it took off so quickly that the next thing I know, we're completely booked through the year. So that's just kind of how things unfolded.
You mentioned the West Coast, and you used the phrase tribute scene, and that really is a thing these days, isn't it?
It really is. I wasn't really used to that coming from Texas. It was more like I had kind of come from the cover band scene. So I was doing a lot of top 40 covers and that sort of thing. And then when I moved out to California, it was interesting to see that there's so many tributes. And who better to tribute than Taylor Swift herself? I mean, I was a little nervous because she's like the ultimate performer, songwriter of all time. So I knew I had some really big shoes to try to fill. But I love singing her music, and I just got really lucky with all of that.
What's your favorite song to sing?
Oh man. I really like The Man. I really like The Man. That's one of my favorite ones. Or anything from the Midnight's era. I really like the Midnight's era because I just love the costumes so much for that too. So, and they're comfortable to sing on my voice. So good question. I think The Man, because I really love that song.
And what is the toughest Taylor song to sing?
Oh, I think probably maybe anything from the Fearless era, because those songs are a little bit in the higher register. Maybe You Belong With Me. I think that one's a little tough because it just vocally, it's a little tough vocally, but otherwise, those are fun to sing too. I love them so much.
When Taylor releases new music, is it something that you add into the show at some point?
Yes, I'm actually having some costumes being made as we speak for the showgirl. So we're going to try to implement that era into the show because I just can't wait to start singing those songs too. So I'm super excited about that.
You've referenced the costumes a couple of times now. How many costume changes do you go through in the course of the show?
About 10 costume changes
Oh,
between me and the dancers. So we're backstage zipping up zippers and peeling things off, and changing. And it's so much easier now that I have the dancers with me, because when we first started, it was just the band and I would be back there all alone trying to get those costumes on and off. And now I have some help. So our costume changes are much faster now, but I think that's probably my favorite part. The little girl in me just loves the dressing up and all of that. So that's one of my favorite parts about doing the show.
and you're doing a show Saturday night with an actual castle as a backdrop. I'm not sure it gets much more Taylor Swifty than that, does it?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I think I don't know. I heard rumors. I don't really know what's true and what's not nowadays, but I heard that her wedding even had like a little castle in it. So I'm like super excited. I'm so excited. I'm living the dream, really. I feel like a Disney princess sometimes when I get to do this.
and there's really no end in sight for this at the moment, is there?
If I can do this until my little legs fall off and I can be walking up there with a cane, I will do it until my little legs fall off. I never want to stop. This is why I'm alive. I want the Eras tour to live on. I'm so sad. From watching all the little grainy live streams, I never wanted it to end. And I'm just so glad that, my husband was able to help me put this together, because it was a big undertaking. And so we can help it, live on.
Indeed. The show is this Saturday night at 7:30. It is part of the Concerts in the Cloud series from Great Waters. If you hop online to greatwaters.org, greatwaters.org, and scroll down to blank space, the unofficial Taylor Swift tribute, you'll get the tickets and all the info about Saturday night's show. Olivia Moretti, thank you for spending time with us this morning.
Thanks so much for having me, Mark.